Welcome to Team 9 Maze Runner project. The team members are Siri, Abani, Sushma, and Venkatesh. We are working on this project under the guidance of Mr. Raghuraja Adi sir. On the basis of the topic gaming machine, here is our problem definition. A new shopping mall which has opened in Hubli is interested to have an innovative, interactive robotic game in their gaming center. Though claw machine was mentioned by the client as an example, she is not very keen on that game machine. There is a need of manufacture of gaming machine. So we decided to design a semi-automatic maze labyrinth machine which should be portable and user-friendly and should be very entertaining and rejuvenating. Machine must not exceed the volume of 5 cubic feet and should weigh less than a kilogram. The budget of the machine should not exceed Rs 3000 and it should work continuously for 3 hours. The maze should be movable and also hold the weight and moment of the marble. The base of the machine should be strong and durable to hold the maze. Now, let us understand function tree and functional clustering of our model. Under conceptual design and product architecture, we established functions. Based on that, we built function tree. It has three main functions: casing, moment of maze, controlling unit of maze. In casing unit, it allows the maze to hold and move it freely in a place. In mobility unit, it allows the maze to move in x and y directions, and the game starts when the marble is brought to the maze. In controlling unit, it includes receiving the signal by maze and sending the signal to maze to control the mobility. After building function tree, we clustered into three main subsystems: casing system, movement system, control system. In our model, subsystem doesn't hold much importance as for all three subsystems we have same circuit and same simulate model. After this, we established morphological chart. Based on that, we generated four conceptual designs. First concept is Maze Runner machine controlled by gyroscope. Second is Maze Runner machine controlled by Android. Third is Maze Runner machine controlled by joystick. And fourth concept is Maze Runner machine controlled by triple axis accelerometer. Now let's move on to conceptual selection. On the basis of weightage to objective chart, we selected this amazing design which is Maze Runner machine controlled by joystick. For mobility, we used servomotor as shown in this diagram.
Greetings and welcome to the video explanation of three-dimensional model for our project. So let's just dig right into it. At first, you will see two servo motors attached to the laser cut servo brackets that hold it to the base. These brackets can be replaced with brackets available in the market which are much more durable. All the joints are connected by a 2 mm screw, and one to join these motor setups to the base is a 5 mm screw, and remaining square joints visible on some attachments are joined to the other attachments having square joints in the form of puzzle. The attachment for butterfly maze to be connected to the base model can be seen at the topmost portion with two holes and is joined again by the 2 mm nut and bolt. Now, the butterfly maze after joining will look somewhat like this. Attaching all blocks to create a maze on a butterfly is a peculiar process, as it kept getting stuck and we had to restart from scratch after attaching a few blocks. We concluded that it is feasible in Autodesk but very tedious and time consuming process. To save our time, we decided to approach another method while documenting, but opting the same approach practically. Thus only a few blocks are attached to show the overall idea of the butterfly maze. These few blocks attached are joined like a puzzle to the butterfly base. To completely show how our maze would look like, we decided to increase the thickness and extrude it inwards in a form of puzzle as shown. But this maze can't be made as a whole and has to be separately printed as a base and the blocks.
This is the circuit diagram that is going to be used to operate the entire project. Here, two servo motors, one breadboard, one Arduino board, one joystick and jumper wires are used. The connections of the servo motor are: the power wire is connected to 5-volt pin on the Arduino board, the signal pin to the digital pin and the ground pin to the ground pin on Arduino board respectively. The connections of the joystick are: the Arduino 5V is connected to VCC pin of joystick, Arduino ground to ground pin, Arduino A0 pin is connected to the vertical or Y pin, and Arduino A1 pin to horizontal or X pin. Let's understand the flowchart of our model to summarize the entire working. First, for the start process, the controller is initiated. Then the controller input is detected, which in turn moves the board accordingly. If the ball is detected, then red LED light glows and the process comes to an end or the game is stopped. If the ball is not detected, then the loop is repeated and the same above processes are continued. Let us look at the bill of materials table, which clearly specifies the part name, material with which the part is made up of, specification of the part, quantity required and the fabrication process if needed. The required parts for our project are: 1 maze, 2 L clamps, 2 micro servo motors, 1 joystick, 1 platform to hold servo motor, 1 base platform to hold all these things, 1 Arduino, 1 metal ball, 40 jumper wires, 10 nuts and bolts, 2 LEDs, 2 resistors, 6 9-volt batteries and 1 12-volt battery. For the motor sizing, the vertical force is 1 kg and horizontal force is 0.4 kg. Hence, the resultant force comes out to be 1.31362 kg. Therefore, the torque is calculated as follows. Torque is equal to resultant force into radius, that is equal to 1.31362 into 7.5, that is equal to 9.8525 kg centimeter. For the battery sizing, the load current is 450 mA and the motors used are 2. So the total load current will be 900 mA. The time period of the battery to run efficiently is 3 hours. Hence, the capacity is calculated as follows. Capacity is equal to total load current into time period, that is equal to 900 into 3, that is equal to 2700 mAh. So, these are the functional specification of our model. First, the maze should be movable. The maze should be able to move from 0 to 30 degrees in all the 4 axes. Second, the lower part of the machine should be strong and durable. The base should be stable enough to allow the movement of the maze and doesn't topple. Third, the maze should hold the weight and movement of the marble. The maze should be made out of strong material so the marble can move in all desired directions. Fourth, the maze should be controlled. In order to move the maze, it should be controlled using a controller which has some restrictions. Fifth, indication for start and stop. Shine green and red LEDs for start and end process respectively.
Hello, and now we'll be speaking about a Simulink flowchart. As you can see, there are many options available in this model, so we'll speak about it step by step. Now at the extreme left, we have two toggle switch present, which turns on for a value 1 and off for a value 0, like any regular switch with analog input values. These toggle switches are followed by a switch with 3 inputs. First and the topmost input is for the analog values greater than 0 and initially is set to 1. In the middle we have another input which acts as a base condition and is linked to toggle switches. So turning the toggle switch on and off changes the analog value of this input from 0 to 1 and vice versa. And finally we have third input value which holds the least analog value that the model can operate at, that is 0. There is another switch similar to this one. Both of these switches are responsible for moving the servo motors in X and Y axis respectively and are connected to the toggle switches. Now we have the state flow model for our project whose design itself speaks for its operation. The servo motor moves in positive X and Y axis for analog value 1024 and moves in negative X and Y axis for analog value of 0. Initial value for this state flow model is 512 and that is similar to the Arduino joystick that we would be using. Thus it has 3 inputs, 2 from the switches and 1 input of the analog value 512 for the simulation to work. After state flow model we have display tab which verifies that a model is correct by displaying the desired angle by which the servo motor would move for specific analog values. Finally, to the extreme right we have game start and game over display and the start and stop LED which indicates the start and stop. For a value 1 we start the game and LED indicates green color and the display shows game start, and for a value 0 the LED shows red and the display shows game over. This entirely is separated from other circuit as this on its own is another external circuit. One more thing we have to keep in mind while understanding its operation is that joystick can only be moved in one specific direction at once, and at that moment the other servo motor should be kept put and vice versa.